Hi everybody, it is Robbie from Southern California in the middle of March. This is crazy. A week until spring, I'm in my front garden and we're going to be close to 100 degrees all week. I will keep in touch with all of you and let you know what's going on. I know Arizona, a lot of other places are going to have this crazy historic weather. I don't know what's going to be, but I decided to start from the front yard today. And how much I've done, well, you probably aren't going to see a whole lot, I don't think. You might be pointing out things that I haven't noticed, but I am working on a lot of different things. I work really early in the morning. Gary gets up at 4:30 in the morning and starts working. And with the heat, it gets so hot that we want to be doing other things. And maybe I'll be putting videos together during the day. Who knows, maybe I'll go live. But the front garden is still basically the same, and it's overgrowing with geraniums everywhere. I want that. This is going to bring in the birds. I don't know if you can hear the birds, but this will bring them in for nesting. And here's my table. This is my ginger turmeric table. Now, normally it is down there where Gary's sitting. Looks like he's making himself his own little room. No, actually, he moved this up here. It had a wooden top, and in the trash, he found the glass tabletop that fits this. So he decided, why not get it done all right while he's working on it. Look at this. It's kind of like a celery parsley cross, just growing in there. But anyways, he decided while he's working on it, let's get this thing done right. So he's taking it apart, and that's what he's doing. He's sitting in a hole, recording it, and he put the cement pad there, and now he's making a top. So in other words, if we get rain, and let's see, a lot of rain comes down here, and it has in the past, it will go down there, drain through the pipe he put. He'll probably explain it another time, and it will go down and feed all the trees down there. But he figured while he's going to set this up with the glass tabletop, why not do it where it looks nice, it's functional, and we don't have to worry about it crumbling away the top because the wood was rotting away, and just doing it that way. So this is the front yard. As you know, his garden is down there. I don't think I've been there since I brought you guys down there. Nope, I have not. I haven't hiked down there. My goodness, these birds are loud. I don't know if you can hear them. To be honest, today I decided to mic myself. So this is why you probably can't hear them, because you can hear me. So let's walk around. I'm going to walk past him. We'll walk through everything, and I'll tell you what I've been working on. And so through here, we'll kind of trim back some of this geranium, just a little to keep it under control, but the birds love using this to build their nests in. And it's beautiful to watch them all spring, which we're not here yet, and into summer. All right, we can kind of slowly walk by. Do you have time to just wave to the camera and everybody? That's all we're going to get out of him today. We'll do his garden too. He's been working down there, and his garden is down here. As you all probably know, look at that. All overgrown. I want you to see this. You know why his garden is absolutely gorgeous? See the top? It's got the wood. Now it's covered. It's got even all the plants growing all over it. He's got ube growing, passion fruit, gag fruit. But the thing is, and even dragon fruit, it has sun and shade coming through. See, there's no trees above it. So all that is sun and shade, and the plants love it. This is what I've been doing with fake plants. I'm using fake silk and plastic plants to create shade for plants that love the sun but don't want to be fried by the hot sun. And let me tell you something, you've got to go check out those videos because it is just working beautiful. Here's one. The other day, my little chia plant was really bad. Now the leaves are still a little droopy because it's so hot, but this really does help. I'm going to prop it up a little better, and I want this plant to grow up and be a big plant. I'm telling you, the fake plants, not only do they look, to me, okay, it brings a little color into the garden, it protects these plants at the base, and then it gives them that little bit of shade on the trunk, and the plants can grow better. So in here, I've been working all over the place, trimming back a lot of the dragon fruit because there's been just too much. Pulled this tote out finally. Oh my gosh, 2 years. I'm gonna get it out. I'm gonna get it out. You know what? Gary got it out. So now it's there. And then we took all the soil out and put it here because of course we use our soil. Look at this. This poor plant. I don't know what it's gonna do as the week goes on. My goodness. I mean, the heat has been unbelievable for winter. We have not had a winter. It starts, we get the rain, it gets cold, and bam, it turns into warm weather. It's just crazy. So anyways, going back to all this, I always want to remind you, these totes are about 10 years old now. They are 10 years old. I found the video. So they are 2016. I put these totes here. I can't believe I've been doing this long. And that's how old these totes are down here. They were bright green. That one still has a lot of green on it, but they're faded. But you know, look at this. They're doing their thing. They're growing flowers and mint and salvias in there and onions. Got a little bit of everything going on in there. And a tote that is 3 totes that I bought at the thrift store, not even new, in 2016. So like I said, I've been getting rid of some of the bottom growth of the dragon fruit. I'm going to bring in more plants. I'm going to pull that thing out and paint that. This pot is broke, but I think I'm going to repair it and put something in there. We can walk over here now. Let me show you what I've done. I stuck a table there. Oh my goodness, the Harbor Freight tables. They're not tables, they're cabinets, and I've been putting stakes in the legs and I can sit them anywhere I want. If you need a table somewhere and you think, well, it's gonna fall over, not the way I'm doing it. This is fake. See, it's covering the tomato stake in there. And then I can put another bowl in there. I'm still working on here. I've got a fountain, a frog one that I made, one of my first ones. Oh, I think that video is at 1 million plus. I want to redo it. Because what I'm doing is I'm improving some of the old fountains. You don't have to get rid of it. Fake plant. You know what this is for? To create some shade over here. Because I have been working in here. Look, I can walk through now. Can come through here. I can do the feeders. Is this not cool? Oh, good, it's coming back. I've been so worried about the lemon verbena. I wasn't sure if it really would make a comeback because the birds love this. It needs a little bit of a trimming, but oh my goodness, look at that. This is an herb. You make tea out of it. It turns into a full-size tree. Here's a small one I bought. I think I got it during the summer, and it was just a small plant, and now it's taking off. Look at this. And my goal is to get this thing up. So it will be all through here like that one, and then there's one back there. And then I've got a pomegranate in there too that I planted from seed. And then here, this is just this small kufia I moved here, 2 of them. Want this to fill out, and I'm going to go ahead and trim it and keep it going up. Here's just some wood that's around here, branches and things. As you can see, I cleared out a lot of my branches, and I'm going with these Christmas light holders. Oh, you came unhooked. Oh, it slid. You know, I didn't do it right. That's right. I did in a hurry. It was supposed to be through here, so I'll have to fix that later. But I want all different feeders through here. We feed different seeds for different birds. We're going to have a lot more birds coming in as spring gets closer. We will have a lot of birds leaving. Yep, they leave and they go somewhere else, like the white crowns. They'll be gone. We'll have, we've got the orioles already here coming in, more different warblers coming in. Oh my goodness, we'll get so many. It's amazing because we get throughout this one garden, it's about 60 species of small birds. I'm not even counting all the hawks or anything. You want to count the hawks and all the different birds that come through here, we get 60 plus species of birds through here. But the small ones, there's birds, every year something new shows up. I'll come out here and I'll say, oh my gosh, there's another bird we haven't seen. There's birds we have never seen before that come in here. Some of them get lost. They're flying through here. We had a golden crown come in. He stayed for days. We've got one that we don't know to this day what it is. We don't know if it got out of somebody's aviary and ended up here. It was a very unusual bird. It lived here for about a week and then it disappeared. I don't know. But all these birds find it. It's like an oasis. They're all gone right now because it's so hot. And what they're going to do is come back later, as the sun starts to drop down a little bit, and they'll go to all the different water features. This is one of my favorites, and you never see it. This was a bowl, and I made this, and then I made the outline. You know, I don't think I've ever shown you how I do this. This is so old. There's a flower, there's a hummingbird, but I made the outline. Okay, this one is another one, has to be redone. And then I went ahead and put the cement in there, and it came out really, in my opinion, nice. And plus I've got all this so the birds can take a bath, and they do. So I've got all this going on, trimming up back a lot of this and just trying to clean it up so I can have a path to walk through. All this has to be changed. I don't want it like this. So as you can see, I am really trying to move things around slowly though. You don't want to come out here ever if you've got a bird garden, whether it's just regular wild birds you've got or hummingbirds, and rip everything out. I actually have a friend that did that. He cleared out the backyard to redo it. He redid it, and all his hummingbirds left and never came back because they didn't know what happened. They flew in here, and not to here, but to his place, and they just didn't come back. Everything was gone. So I kind of do it in steps. So I come out here, it's about 7 in the morning. Like I said, Gary gets up at 4:30. But 7 in the morning, I get out here, I start moving some things. I took all the cross beams off, and I quickly put back the ones that I wanted. Then I'm using these, they're Christmas light holders. I've got one there, and they're holding up different stakes. I'm going to add in more. Been zagging this rope that I got from Dollar Tree. That works real good. The birds have been using it as perches. But I don't want to do too many changes, and I don't change up too many feeders. If I don't like, let's say, this feeder, and I want to put a feeder up there, I will put the feeder I want up there, leave that one, and once they start using the other feeders, then you can remove and move the other ones. You work slowly because you don't want to throw them into a tizzy and say, something's wrong, we're leaving, we have someplace else we could go, and we're not coming back. This is all going to be for propagating. You can see my ropes, my tools are here, I've been working. And I'm going to do my small plants that we eat, like for salads, in their own area. This I've got to get planted. Oh, I actually know where I can put these. So this will all be cleaned up and changed around, and all for propagating plants. Why? Because this is where I have most of my plants that I want to propagate. So if I trim something back and I go, gee, I really like this one. Let's get some branches off of this right now and let's do it. It will be right here to do. There's my old soda bottle, my first fountain, burping away. Oh, because it might be in the shade. I'm still working with all this, so things are being moved around. See, I just laid them on top. I'm not being lazy. I'm just working through here little by little and deciding how I want to do it. The favorite is the rock fountain back there. Anybody can do that. A bowl and some rocks. You can leave it that way or get a pump. There's a solar pump in there. The panel's up on top. You probably can or cannot see it. And it works really good. That one's got a solar panel too, and a battery. I've got both out here. So let's keep going because there's not a lot of changes in here except for trimming some of the plants and moving things around. This thing bursted into life because I had a whole bucket of compost tea and I went ahead and dispersed it everywhere, and this thing just doesn't stop throwing flowers. You've got to make your own compost tea. I'm telling you, it's better than buying. It really is. You want to buy? Buy. It's a lot of money, but nature doesn't do it that way. All those plants on the hills that are growing, the trees and everything, avocado trees, who knows what other trees, pepper trees, all the mustard and all the different native plants up there, all being fed and cared for by Mother Nature. So copy Mother Nature. Unless you want, mega plants that you want to buy food for and you want your plants to get really big, you can do it all on your own for free. I still have to clean all this stuff. Look at my sweet potato. I didn't plant it. It came out of a pot a couple years ago and it's been winding all over. I don't even know if there's sweet potatoes under there. Now here, there's another lemon verbena. Here is the tree collard. It is just so big, the leaves. Look at it, it fell. I tell you this every month, look at this. It was growing, I can't even get out of here. Oh, here's the 18-gallon tote. And the old branch is still there. It fell and broke and died. The branch hit the ground here. And once it hit the ground, has started to grow. Now, I was planning on pulling it out, but what I'm doing is cuttings off of this. So I take the cuttings and I can stick them anywhere and they'll keep growing like I did back through here. Just stuck a cutting in and boom, it took off. That's what this one was. Just keep sticking them in the ground, keep them well watered in the beginning, and then you can grow as many as you want. And then whatever you don't want, all those leaves are wonderful. I am filling this up with leaves, as you can see. Gonna probably take this soil, dump it on top of the leaves when I'm ready, all of it, and then refill these pots and grow a tomato in here and a tomato in here. This I planted last year. It's doing so well, I'm gonna leave it. I think I'll freshen up the soil in there, maybe with some of that. But then when the plants in here, let's say my tomato plants, their roots will come out of the bottom. Wow. Let's see if I can lift this. Wow. I have not thrown any kitchen scraps in this year. Maybe in the beginning, oh, I don't know, maybe in January, I don't even think so, but look at all that. I haven't lifted this. Let's put that back. We don't want to disturb them all. Oh, they're in there eating all of that. There's still some stuff in there. I might have tossed in a little bit of kitchen scraps, but this is really what I'm filling it with. You can fill it up with leaves from your garden, and the plants love it. The reason your plants grow so well is they're not really feeding on what you put in there, but the plants are feeding on what the microbes leave and your earthworms behind. Basically, fertilizer from those things, and that's what they're feeding on. So you've got leaves from around your garden, even stinging nettles and all that. Throw it in there, put a little bit of soil on top. That's breaking down because it's sitting on top, say. So that's the cover, and that's why all the earthworms are under there. Is that not cool? You've got to love nature. All right, let's keep going because I don't know what's really new. I think in the next couple months, you're going to see a ton of stuff. Let's close this gate just in case Zoe gets out. Okay, this tree is sad right now. The heat is going to do a number on it, and it's loaded with fruit. I know Gary pulled off a lot of grapefruit, but the plant is overwhelmed, and with the heat, and I'm trying to give it as much water as I can, it's going to be tough. So he's probably going to have to pull off more. He said they're not ready. They're not ready because it's not the right time. We're supposed to be in winter, and then spring, we have a lot of grapefruit, but we have a lot of oranges, I will tell you, and they're sweet as sugar. But the problem is it's kind of messed up. Here's rosemary. There's the bottle brush that Gary planted years ago. Now, what have I been doing in here? Oh, in here, I'm just changing things around a little bit. Been cleaning all this up, deciding where I'm going to plant peppers. I picked this up. This was on the ground and got this up there. I've got more pepinos I'm going to grow in here because they're doing really good in there. They get a lot of shade until mid-afternoon. So I might get some peppers in there. Then I'm cleaning up and freshening up my pizza garden, I call it, because I do a lot of pizza. Lately, I haven't. But here is oregano. I'm not going to plant thyme in here anymore. When I plant thyme, it lasts for quite a while, but then come winter, it fizzles out. So I'm going to go with oregano. Let's see, I've got oregano on the ground. There was oregano in there, it got root bound, so I'm going to replant in there. Get some basil in here and basil in here. And that's basically it. And then I've got my sage, got my rosemary. I am ready to make a pizza. So that's what I've been cleaning up and doing here. Now I have not gotten out all the milkweed, but I'm working on it. I've gotten some of it out, so that's still going on. I think this one's got pepinos somewhere. Here they are. Look at that. In the winter. Is that not cool? Gary likes pepinos. That's an interesting fruit in the tomato family. It kind of looks like a white fruit that's purple as it grows. If you pick it before it's ripe, you can put it in stir fry and use it as a vegetable. If you wait till it turns yellow, it's more of a melon. So it's whatever you want to do. I did freshen this up and change this around. I cleaned up all my strawberries, and we're going to see if we can get one more year out of that. I'm thinking I'll see what I can do on that. And then I'm going to maybe get some more strawberries. So I kind of pick and choose when I come out here in the morning what I want to do. I water my purple mustard on the ground. This has not been done. Nothing in here. And this is why we'll look over here really quick. because I've been working on the deck and all over the place. This is why I'm not going to put the thyme over there in the pizza garden, because this is thyme. And this thyme loves it here. So since it has done so well in there, and I had one there, the same one, and one over there, and that one fizzled out and died back, and that one just kept going all winter, I decided this is a good place to leave my thyme. I'm not even going to bother putting it out there because this is where it grows. Mustard on the ground. Obviously the rabbits don't like it. And before I tear this all out, see, these are all seeds. These are zinnias. And this is seeds. Where am I going to throw it? I'll just throw it in there. Look at that. Oh, I've got to harvest this and be ready to plant this. This is potato mint. You eat this. This is really good.
Cool.
And I haven't done that yet. You probably saw it 2 weeks ago. I talked about it. This you don't want. It'll take away from everything. But what you do with your weeds, oh no, the poor earthworm was eating in there. Okay, we'll cover you up. You just chop and drop. And that's what I do all the time. Gonna clean out all the geranium that just took off. And I still want to get some of the milkweed out, but I might cut it back and maybe make a hedge of milkweed here. That would be nice, because I don't think I'm going to do the buckets with potatoes anymore. I've tried it and it works, but you can do better in other ways. I know that there's been people on YouTube that went to grow your potatoes in buckets, and they show that you get 50 pounds of potatoes in a bucket. It's all farce. In fact, there was somebody that was doing it for years in totes and in the ground and everything, and they did a whole display of potato buckets, and when they went to harvest it, there was 2 or 3 potatoes in each one, and there was nothing there. So they really do send out a good taproot, and I think it's a little too small. If you have a small space, fine, but if you don't, and you can get them into a little bit more area to grow in, then you do better. So right now, well, that's interesting. I don't know how the bees got in here. This is sealed. We know they didn't hatch in there. You know what? I'm going to open this. I closed it because a squirrel got in there the other day. And I don't want the bees trapped in there, but they must have squeezed under the tool. We don't want to be here with angry bees, do we? They're going to be screaming. So let's just open it up and let them find their way out. That's potatoes. And I figured a bucket would be easier for harvesting, but a tote, I can still dig into it, get everything out that I want, and then start over. So we're going to try it this time with a tote. I think Gary does potatoes and totes. Let's do one more. I love using tool. Remember, please, underneath my video, only in the description, you may have to hit more and more again. There we go. They're going to take off. I don't even know how they got in there. It's very strange because it's completely sealed. They could never have hibernated in there, but I looked this morning. I didn't see them. I don't know how they got in. Anyway, I don't even know what they're in there for. But anyways, go in the description, find where I have the tool, hit that link. It takes you to eBay. I love eBay. I've used to sell on eBay for 15 years. I don't anymore. I don't ship. But I bought a lot of stuff on eBay that we have here. All our tree collards, all our walking onions, garlic chives. But anyways, there is a company I've been buying for years. A whole bolt, 40 yards of this stuff. 40 yards, that's not feet. 54 inches wide for $10 free shipping. You can't beat it. And it will save your plants. You spend $10 and you will be able to save so many of your plants. Be it you're covering totes, you're covering fruit on your trees, you're covering your lettuce. I mean, you don't want bugs in your lettuce when you're making salad. There's so many things you can do with it. If you go to a fabric store, it's going to cost you $2 to $3 a yard. And you're getting for $10, 40 yards. Just check it out. Take a look at it. I haven't gotten into the dog kennel yet. Gary said when he's done cementing, he's going to go ahead and we're probably going to put the door on the other side. I'll do a video. And then I can really go to town in here. So I figured just let the weeds grow, because you know how I love my weeds. Let them do their thing, and then I can fill up the totes And I'm going to get 2 more large totes if I don't have, and I'll put it on the other end. And then I can just use this beautiful dog kennel, which we grew so much stuff in last year. The walls are your vertical garden, and it's completely protected from squirrels, rats, insects. And then if I had any problems, which I have not had, let's say with maybe whitefly, really haven't had much problem with them. You could cover the whole thing with Tulle, probably cost you $10 to do the whole thing. But I didn't have any problems with the tiny insects, so I went ahead and just left it with the 1/4" wire only that we put on. This has been great. We'll do more separately on that, because I got the small one first, and then I fell in love with it, and then we got these 2 that made it 20 foot long. All right, the butterfly garden looks a little sad because it doesn't know what it's supposed to do. 1 minute it's cool, next minute it's 100 degrees, but that's okay, it's still green. I do have to cut down my Mexican sage. It's all coming from the base, and all this is spent. It's from last year. So we're gonna get that out, or I'll end up chopping it out and using it in totes in different places. And then I'm still waiting to see if I'm gonna get a purple fruit on the eggplant. Oh, see, it's flowering again. Purple or yellow. If it goes yellow, the plant comes out. And then I've got all the milkweed. I'll be getting more milkweed. Oh, the lizard went and caught a bug. You probably didn't see it. And then, well, that's basically it. And then I'll get more flowers in here. And I haven't gotten to any of this yet. These are just beautiful and green, but they're really not doing well with the heat and the nasturtiums, but they'll come back. Haven't gotten to this yet either. And then these 3 I'm working on right now, and then I'll be done with them and I can start planting here. Let's see, what else is going on? I kind of already did the whole garden. Celery's doing really good, and my green sorrel's doing good. I should get a little shade on that. And then I'm gonna get some zucchini in here pretty soon. I was just about ready to start planting. I planted some seeds outside. The seeds just still in different places I tested are not growing. So it's just, they know it. So they're saying, no, we don't come up until April. So I don't know, but I could buy starts. But right now, if I buy the starts, and they're really pricey, like $6 for a few. The thing is, they could fizzle out. I don't know what the weather's gonna be in the next couple weeks. I know right now, gosh, I'm gonna say it's about 90 right now. It's gonna be like 100 for the next 5 days. They could end up really fizzling out. So I'm kind of waiting to see what I'm gonna do. But who is happy here is the pomegranates. Look at that. Look at all the red flowers. And the moringa just bursted into life. It loves the heat. And then in here, I really have so much I want to do in here now. I'm really jazzed up. I have a frog. I come out here at night. See, you can't see him during the day, but he sits here. I did get photos, and he ribbits all night. It's so cool. So eventually I'll get to all this. Oh wow, look at the aloe vera. The yellow aloe vera, the hummingbirds love it. The orioles love it. Still have some baby plants under there. Another pomegranate. This is the trail down to Gary's garden. Oh my goodness. Look at all the flowers. See, pomegranate, they grow all over in the Middle East. Look at this, they love the heat. And they just are thriving because it's so hot. And look at the tomato plant that came up in the middle of the wood chips. I have a couple of them. I don't know if I'll try to save them. There's 2 more on the ground. But this one is doing really good, so I put a basket around the tomato cage. Haven't done anything in here. I'm about ready to tackle it. I may wait till after the heat, unless I can get to it early in the morning. So we'll see what happens. That's my favorite, my chair garden. Let's see what's going on here. I'm leaving the geraniums for the birds to nest in. And then look at all the pot marigold. I want to dig a lot of that out and move it around the yard, but they spread, so I can just dig out little bits. I don't have to take it all out. Isn't that beautiful? Swiss chard's been growing for a couple years in this weed basket that Gary built. There's one here. He just picks all the weeds that are all over the ground and he loads it in the basket, no soil, and then things grow in it. You can't beat that. My old apple trees, I think they're about 6 years old. They have never fruited yet. My friend told me it took 10 years for his to fruit from seed. But my nectarine, in 2 years it fruited. Last year we had over 50 fruit. We're still using it from the freezer. But in June and July we'll have fruit. Is that not beautiful? But I keep waiting for my first bud. No, just leaves. Maybe next year. Then I've got some sage here. This has been here for years. And then that's it. I mean, we've made our circle. Do have to get in here and do, I mean, this is kind of really wild. This is sad. You'd look at it and go, ooh, I don't want to grow a chair garden. I mean, everything is just growing wild. I've got broccoli in there and celery in there and different types of sorrel. I've got red vein sorrel and green sorrel. You got monarchs flying all over around me. Got to get this out because it broke the tote. This is the cannas and they get too big, but I'll get in here. This could take me, when I really get serious, the whole thing, probably about 3 days. And then Gary's been chipping wood all over here, so different branches, he's trimming trees, so he's been going through here and using his wood chips. I use very little. And then here, look at that, we made a complete circle in 30 minutes, is my ginger and my turmeric. I didn't get to it. See the labels? That means I did not get to it. Now I keep looking to see if any of them are going to grow, because right now, all week, it's going to be 65 degrees at night, but nothing is growing. So it still isn't the right time. You'll see it. You can't stop them when it's the right time. They're in here, because periodically I go through here and I dump it, grab out a bunch I want to eat, and then I store the rest. But let's see, this table hasn't been done. That hasn't been done. That hasn't been done, which means the turmeric and the ginger is still in the pot, just as is. But this was all done. So these, I could just come through here and just freshen it up and then start planting my ginger and turmeric. I just don't know when, because I looked up some of my old videos and we were freezing almost in May. And that's what scares me. If I plant it out and we end up with a cold snap, it could end up, oh, I could end up losing all my ginger and turmeric. Look, I've got some carrots growing in here. I figured, why not? You know what this is? A zip tie tail. I figured, you know, I'm got nothing going on in here, so I planted some carrots in there. And then in here, I've got some Swiss chard. Oh, I've got green. I really like the green. I don't like the ones that are like this. I've got so much of it. I'm trying to stick with just green, but I don't mind it, but I really like the green the best. So when I see the ones that are red, I take them out. Now, if they were solid red, yes, I like those. But the ones that are kind of mixed, to me, I like spinach, and the green tastes exactly like spinach. The red kind of has a beet spinach taste. So that's it. I want to get in. I want to get my stuff done. I don't want to be out here. My camera is turning, the screen goes dark on me because it's letting me know it's too hot. But I figured I would do a zip around because we are in the middle of March. Next week will be spring. I don't know what's going to be, but you know, I know what's really on is here we're frying. We could fry an egg on some cement on the street, and some of you are freezing. So I feel for you. Hang in there. Spring, the time for growing, will be here before we know it. It really will. And we just have to hang in there and see what happens with all our temperature, our weather. You know, these are cuttings, by the way. Aren't they gorgeous? You buy one geranium at the store, and then you start doing cuttings. That's just from the yard. It fell in there, and I don't even know if there's holes in there, and that one's growing, but look at these. Just gorgeous. So I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to get out of the heat, get my camera out of the heat before it fries, and I won't be doing any videos anymore. But it is a beautiful day, and I love standing under the tree because it's nice and cool under here. So have a wonderful day, wonderful week. Spring will be here soon, and hopefully our weather all over the United States will straighten out. Those of you that are freezing, I hope it will get to a comfortable temperature. And for us, I don't know what's going to be. I'll tell you what worries me, if I have any worries, and I do. If it's this hot now, what's going to happen during fire season, though we have fire season all year, later on when it really dries out? Because as you can see, the weeds all over here, all over the hillsides right now are green. come May, they turn brown. If we were right now in May this hot and people weren't ready and didn't get all their weeds out, because it's all over the place, all over the hillsides, that's when the danger could come. So we have to be aware of what's going on around us, and hopefully everything will be okay. So with that, have a wonderful day. You'll be planting soon, and get a lot of your brassicas going right now in the house. Get your pepper seeds going right now. Tomatoes might be a little early depending on where you are. I can plant my tomato seeds out probably any time, but peppers, I know for a fact, they can sit in a pot for 8 months. So get those things planted, your favorite pepper trees. Get all your greens growing. You can start some of your flowers in the house. Keep in mind, certain seeds will not grow unless they have full sunlight. So even if it's cold, if you start them in a windowsill and they don't get direct sunlight, there's a lot of seeds that just simply will not grow without direct sunlight. We can talk about that another time. So again, with that, have a wonderful day. I'm watching all the butterflies flying around. And don't forget to eat what you grow. Bye-bye, everyone. Isn't it beautiful? Look at all the butterflies. You probably can't see them, but they're everywhere. I can count right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're just everywhere. What can I say? And so many of my neighbors tell me, it's a shame there's no monarchs around here. No, there's no monarchs. So, yeah, they need to come here. Maybe pick that papaya on the other side because we'll end up losing it. You see it? Yeah. Is it ready to come off? Do you think it can?
Yeah, probably can. I was watching.
Yeah. Oh, cool. So Zoe. Look, Zoe, look what Gary's got.
Look at that.
Cool.